from my given disaster. Speed away from the holy mind. Pride. I swear I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone back now, all my weakness keep on linger.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am tackling this crazy pantry. Super excited. I got some Dollar Tree items as well as some items from Walmart, and I'm ready to get this all organized and how I want it. So let's go ahead and get started. So when I did my pantry in Michigan, all my Dollar Tree had was like blue and other random colors. I couldn't find white. I wanted to do white. So that's why I have all these blue containers. But my Dollar Trees here in Texas had these white and clear bins. So this is the theme I originally wanted to go with. You already have some airtight containers from Walmart, but these are what I got from the Dollar Tree. So 6 of these and 2 of those, and then 1 of the little dish bins I use for potatoes. To start out, I'm going to remove everything from the pantry.
In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you look like in rain. I swear I never thought it would matter. If I'm gone by now, all my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good, you got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the roads and never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and
So I got these shelf liners from the Dollar Tree to go in my old house, and I never put them up. So I have 4 of these, I believe. So I'm hoping that's enough to do these shelves. I might measure them beforehand to see, make sure I'm not gonna run out. Out. Now I just need to sweep, mop, and wipe off the cabinets in here. All these cabinets are stained and dirty. I was gonna scrub them before I put my stuff in here, but like the rest of the house, it's just gross in here. But I just did a quick wipe down last time because I needed to get everything in here and out of the walkways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it a nice wipe down, and then I'm going to cover it with the liner like I talked about, because I think all those stains are not gonna come up, so it'll just make it prettier in here and make it not look so dirty. Because I know when you have stains like this, it makes it feel and look like it's dirty, even if it's not. So we'll see which ones come up when I scrub and which ones don't. Here's everything. You guys, I find this massively overwhelming, and I think the biggest reason I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I tried to start this project back at 10 o'clock in the morning. I did those intro clips for you guys. It was like 10 a.m. and now it's after 4 o'clock. I didn't even get started pulling stuff out till 3:45. My girls have been so needy today. So much has happened that I'm just now getting around to it. You might be able to tell my makeup's already smearing and my hair already fell. But this is a rough day. I'm probably only gonna be able to put the pantry, like get it cleaned up, put the pantry liner in it, and then do all the rest of this tomorrow, which is why I hate starting big projects in the afternoon because you don't always have time to finish them. I could stay up late tonight and do it, but I have already promised my girls we're doing a movie night. We even went out and bought special snacks to do movie night because there's a cartoon premiering on Disney Plus tonight that my girls wanted to watch. So I'm hoping to just at least get the liner, you know, get it cleaned out and get the liner put in today, and then that'll probably be it. So you guys will probably see an outfit change for the rest of this video because I'm probably gonna have to finish this on tomorrow, which is Saturday. I hate going to bed with my house looking like this. And so I really hate that it's gonna have to be 2 days because I think I should have mostly been able to finish this in 1 day, but sometimes pantry or huge projects are 2-day projects anyway, right? I just hate that it's like in the open living space where we're gonna have to be walking and like doing stuff. And I just have already been living in chaos for like 3 weeks because so much happened when we moved into this house that we weren't able to unpack right away. And so we've just now been like given the clear to go ahead because if you guys didn't watch my other videos, we had rats in the attic and we had to make sure those were gone before we could finish unpacking. But pretty much just been given the clear to go ahead and finish unpacking everything. They're taking care of that problem. So this has been a headache and I'm so overwhelmed today. I've had a massive headache mostly all day, like off and on. So it is just not my day, but just know things don't always turn out as they seem. Sometimes editing makes videos look perfect. Like, you know, we get so much done, but we really don't. And behind the scenes, we're so frustrated. So I like to stop and acknowledge it. I don't always, but it's not necessarily on purpose. Sometimes I'll be watching the video back later and I'm like, I should have mentioned how stressed I was that day because some days are just stressful. You guys know, you can probably tell I look tired. I'm already worn out and I barely just started this project. So again, we're probably only gonna get the line, it cleaned out and the liner added, but that's okay because all we can do is our best and our best has to be good enough.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action.
Just gonna use my LA's Totally Awesome in here and a rag and just, I'm gonna spray everything down really good and just wipe it.
This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me.
Pretty much none of the stains came up. Since I'm doing the shelf liner, I'm just not even gonna waste my time. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the baseboards and do the walls, the floor.
Now looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche.
So the next step was to add the shelf liner, and I originally grabbed this Pampered Chef little thing that I had to help like get in the corners and everything, but I really didn't need it. Pretty much just follow the instructions on the back of your shelf liner and that should work pretty good. You guys can kind of see how I was doing it here, where I was just lining it up and then peeling it back, and as long as you push the bubbles out inward, it works pretty good. So I ended up actually though recruiting Aaron to come and help me with this because he was home, and I was thinking, you know what, this will be so much easier just to go ahead and let him help me with it. It would go faster. So I had enough liner to only do 1/2 of the pantry, but it worked out pretty good. And so as of right now, I still only have 1/2 of the pantry done. I could not find any more of this pattern at any of the Dollar Trees, so I'm either gonna leave it like this or I'm gonna go back and get a different design and maybe just have 2 different things going on or redo the whole pantry. But it kind of gave it a little bit of style and pizzazz and covered some of the stains, so we'll figure out the rest of it later, but this is how we left it for now. So the next step I did was just kind of add all of my containers into the pantry space to kind of see where I wanted stuff, and this step wasn't quite as helpful as it normally would be because I wasn't 100% sure what all I had to put in the pantry and how I wanted to organize it, but it did kind of help me just to visualize how much of the space was taken up by these containers and how much space I had left to maybe put in some more things. I did already have these turntables as well, if you remember from the Michigan house, but those are from Walmart. You can also get them at TJ Maxx. Sometimes though they're hit or miss if you can find them. So a while ago, I just came up with my own system for using a piece of clear tape, just regular old tape, and a permanent marker to write on my containers before labeling them, so I can make certain that I'm not going to want to change anything and that the system is working for me before I put more of a permanent label on there, like from my Cricut machine or something like that. So I used to have my tea bags just in like an open container, but we switched to these ones that were not individually wrapped. So I decided to put those into an airtight container so that they wouldn't absorb any of like the smells or fragrances of anything around them. I don't know if that's a thing, but it just didn't seem right to leave them out since they weren't individually packaged. So I just pulled all the ones that were not individually packaged in that container, and then I had some that were, and I put those in just an open container on the other side. So I ended up moving these Lazy Susans or turntables, whatever you want to call them, to the corner, and I love those. That has been so convenient. Such a good way to use the corner spaces in the shelves.
Until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't. You, baby, here in my heart. When I'm with you, I feel so much better. Oh, yeah. Before you, I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life and started a fire.
So these little wire baskets that hang underneath the shelf that I use for my daughter's oatmeal packets and grits packets. Those were purchased off Amazon. I'm gonna do my best to remember to go through and get links for everything in case anyone's interested in anything. The stuff from Walmart and Dollar Tree I can't really link, but anything from Amazon I'll try to link for you guys, or maybe link a similar item. I did get my airtight containers when they were on like some kind of discount. Walmart, which was nice, usually around Black Friday they'll put like a big set of them, and so if you're looking for saving money and doing a budget pantry transformation or just organizing your pantry on a budget, definitely check around certain holidays and times of the year. Sometimes the beginning of the year, sometimes Black Friday, they'll have them where they're like half off, and that's how I was able to get majority of mine. I had started collecting just a couple here and there, and then I got a set of like, I forget how many it was, but I got a whole set at Black Friday and it was like half off. So I was super excited when I was able to find that. So keep your eye out if you're trying to do your pantry on a budget.
And I'll follow mine, 'cause I know, and you know what we could be, like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me, 'cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good, something good.
So we've never been ones to really keep a stockpile or anything, but during 2020 we decided to start keeping a lot more like canned goods on hand and just buying a few extra every time we went to the store. So we ended up with this pretty big surplus, well at least to me it is, because we don't normally have this on hand, of fruits and vegetables and cans, beans, legumes, a bunch of different things like that. So I wanted to just go through and sort all of these out of this box and kind of just see what I had. So I put all the peas together, all the corn together, all the black beans together, all the different kinds of beans, and all of the different kinds of canned fruit, all the different things that I had here, and just kind of sorted them out to see what all I had on hand. And then I ended up going through and putting them all at the bottom of the pantry because it was just so much. I didn't really have anything else to do with them at the moment, but I did buy one thing from Amazon that I'm going to show you guys in a few moments to put cans on, and that helped a little bit. But other than that, I just have a ton of cans on the floor, so I'm sure I will come up with a better option in the future, because I think I would like to kind of always keep a little bit of a stockpile, because it is nice to realize that I have everything for the recipe and I'm like, oh, all I need is one can of black beans, and I go down in my pantry and I'm like, I actually have a can of black beans. So I always find that really helpful, and I've been enjoying having like a little stockpile for that reason. So hopefully I'll come up with a way to just organize them that's a little bit better.
So I have some stuff that's about to expire or I want to just go ahead and eat up. So I'm going to have a bucket for that. And then I'm going to have a bucket for stuff that I either have a meal plan for already, or I know we're going to eat this week. And so I decided to make that this because I won't always have potatoes for this. So pretty excited about that little system there. Got a little Taco Tuesday situation going on. And the rest of it I'm kind of just still playing with to kind of see exactly how I want it. Probably gonna end up moving some of these so it's not taking so much space up.
I've been down the darkest roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be,
pretty big mess at this point, and I had a bunch of items that really did not need to go back in the pantry. They needed to go into other cabinet spaces. So I just started putting a lot of like my serving dishes and stuff like that down this cabinet underneath the coffee pot. I really need to go through and reorganize my entire kitchen because it's kind of how the pantry was, where I just threw things in cabinets and only certain items actually have a rhyme or reason to it. Like I have all my coffee cups above the coffee pot and all my plates are right to the left of the stove. But other than that, everything is like disorganized. A lot of my larger dishes are disorganized, so I need to go through. I was kind of just trying to live in my kitchen for a few weeks or a few months and see where I feel like things need to go and then reorganize it at that point. So definitely stay tuned because I'm sure I'll do a video when I get to that point because the cabinets are a complete disaster. So that's going to be something I'm doing really soon. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I took this project mainly in 2 days, but I ended up coming back a couple of weeks later and adding the little can holder that you guys will see a little bit later in the video, and then I ended up coming back even later and doing a few other tweaks. So this took me several weeks overall to kind of tweak it, and it's still not 100% how I want it. So I just want to encourage you guys, if you're seeing all of these, you know, Pinterest worthy pantry transformation and you kind of get discouraged that yours doesn't look like that or you can't afford to do that, just know that you can do your pantry on a budget and have it be functional. It may not be the most Pinterest worthy thing you've ever seen, but it will be functional for your family, and that's the most important part of this, more so than it being aesthetically pleasing or looking good, is that, you know, you're able to do it in a way that doesn't break your family, but it makes the pantry more functional for your family. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you're like me and you really want the pretty nice containers, and also for functionality as well as for looks, the airtight containers, you can find them on discount. You can just save up and buy 1 or 2 every other time you go to the grocery store. There really are different ways to get the containers that you want. I've spent so much money on Dollar Tree that I'm now a little bit more picky with what I get, because a lot of times they're too small and they don't always necessarily work. And these worked pretty good, the ones I got this time, but I've in the times past had ones that just didn't really work. So I think twice before I buy things at the Dollar Tree and waste money on it. But just know you can do it on a budget by getting things a little at a time, or even just going to the Dollar Tree and getting things that work okay but maybe aren't quite as aesthetically pleasing. Okay, pretty much just have to decide where all I want to put the rest of this, but we are done basically for today. I did order a little thing for cans to try to get some of my cans into like a rotation system so we can start eating through those. It's so much better and we're getting there. I know I'm going to implement more and more organizational systems as I go along. So one of my friends here on YouTube and Instagram, Kenya, she got some really large buckets off of Amazon, and I'll try to remember to put the link down below. She actually shared with her pantry transformation, and I love the buckets she got. I ended up not getting them because they were $20 a piece, but I think I might still go back and get some. If you enjoy organizational videos, definitely go and check out Kenya's channel and tell her that I sent you. I'll have it linked in my description box. I did go back to the at-home store and get some additional organizational items, and I'm just going to show you guys those now. $10 each, $9.99, and then I ended up getting 4 of these baskets. They were $5.99 a piece. So basically I spent another $40. I really needed more containers. These ones are a pretty nice size as well. They are 13.75 by 11 by 5 inches. And those I think are going to work a lot better. There were some even larger ones, but I didn't measure my cabinets early enough to see if they were going to be too tall, which I could use some tall ones on the very top shelf. So I may go back and get more later, but we'll see how these work out. Like I said, I got 4 of these. The little small ones work for certain things, but they're just not, you know, that's the main issue with getting stuff from the Dollar Tree, is that they're not always large enough. But I'm going to rearrange a few things in here, and then we'll see how it looks. I also got this off of Amazon because I have so many cans, so let's see how we like this. Okay, so this is not really truly 100% Pinterest worthy or anything like that, but I did get that set up, and I've been using cans. This is a few weeks later, so some of my stuff is already a little bit disorganized. I realized I didn't get a final shot for you guys. Just got some sugar that I need to put in there. And so I'm kind of just still kind of revamping things to how it works for me, but this is how the little tier things work and the extra baskets that I got. So I ended up taking out
all the paper towels and putting them somewhere else, but now this is kind of turned into storage for like extra containers from the fridge whenever I'm out of, you know, some of my sparkling waters or fruit. That's where, when I wash and dry those containers, that's what they get put up at. So still kind of working on a plan to get this a little bit more organized, but this is kind of how it is right now. And I'm still just kind of living with it and learning what works for us. Our cans look a little crazy, but I do like that because I put the things that I want to use next on this one. And that's why it's slightly empty. And I also need to find a new system for these bags. We use these for different various trash things, recycling our Walmart bags, grocery store bags. So I put all of those in this little white container so that I can easily pull them out and they're not just all over the floor. But I do still want to just get it a little bit more organized. There's the other containers that I added from Home Goods that I showed you guys that I had gotten. And I'm still kind of tweaking this a little bit at a time, but this is how it is right now. And again, I want to go back and add labels. I kind of just made temporary labels at the moment. But yeah, like I said, not super Pinterest worthy, but so much more functional. And it's not so bad that like I'll be embarrassed when somebody comes in here. I feel like it is, again, not perfect, but relatively organized. And it would be relatively easy for you to find what you're looking for, even if you didn't live here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and got a little bit of inspiration out of it for your pantry. If you guys want to watch some more videos, I'll have some more up on the screen for y'all. Also stay tuned because I have a lot of organizing videos coming for this house, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye.
On a run from my given disaster.